Tottenham's basic formation is 4-2-3-1. Regarding Tottenham's defending, when United's back three had the ball, Richarlison, Solanke and Lennon Johnson put pressure on the United's back three, and basically Sarr took care of the United's defensive midfielder, whose name is Casemiro. Pedro Porro pushed up from the defending line and tried to get back the ball from Doku. And United offensive midfielders sometimes try to exploit the space behind Pedro Porro, but either Bentancur or Bissouma took care of this space, and another defensive midfielder, Bentancur or Bissouma, closed down the central area. In this clip, you will understand that Tottenham intentionally put pressure from the left side and forced United to pass the ball to Luke Shaw or Doku in this game. First, Richarlison prevented Mazraoui from passing the ball to Ahmad and forced Mazraoui to pass the ball to the central area. Next, Solanke put pressure on the opponent and forced Yoro to pass the ball to Maguire. Then, Lennon Johnson put pressure on Maguire, and he also put pressure on Luke Shaw because his main task is to put pressure on Luke Shaw in this game. And again, Solanke cut the pass course to Yoro and forced Maguire to pass the ball to Luke Shaw. Lastly, Lennon Johnson put pressure on Luke Shaw, and Porro tried to intercept the ball from United. And Bentancur and Romero took care of the space behind Porro. This clip shows how Tottenham successfully get back the ball from United. Again, Solanke put pressure on Maguire by cutting the pass course to the United's right flank, and Lennon Johnson put pressure on Luke Shaw, and Porro tried to intercept the ball, and Johnson finally intercepted the ball in the end. When United had the ball in the attacking third, everyone including Solanke and Sarr backed to the deep position and closed down the space, especially when the ball is on the left flank for Tottenham. Basically, Solanke closed down the space around the corner of the box area, and Sarr closed down the space in the central penalty area. When the ball is on the right flank for Tottenham, basically Sarr closed down the space around the corner of the box. In the second half, in the last 10 minutes, Tottenham changed their formation from 4-2-3-1 to 5-4-1 to defend against Man United. Regarding Tottenham's attacking, Tottenham's basic formation was 2-4-4. However, when Tottenham possessed the ball, Sarr sometimes dropped his position and tried to receive the ball in the lower position. Consequently, Tottenham's formation sometimes changed to 2-5-3 structure. Manchester United's basic formation is 3-4-2-1. Regarding United's attacking, when United possessed the ball, the formation became 3-1-5-1 structure. In this game, Casemiro took his position as a pivot, and Bruno Fernandes tried to take his position as high as possible. By doing this, United tried to make the overload situation in the central area. When United, especially Luke Shaw, possessed the ball on the left flank, Doku intentionally dropped his position and Tottenham's right fullback, Porro, pushed up his position. Then Højlund or Mason Mount tried to exploit the space behind Porro, but it did not work well because Tottenham's defensive midfielders took care of this space. Especially in the second half, Ahmad and Garnacho, who were the typical wingers, tended to take the wider positions rather than offensive midfielder positions. And this created more dribbling opportunities for them. As a result, there are some decisive opportunities for United. On the other hand, both wingbacks, Mazraoui and Doku, needed to take their positions as offensive midfielders instead of Garnacho and Ahmad. But Mazraoui and Doku are not good at attacking. Therefore, this is one of the reasons why United could not get the score in the end. With respect to United defending, United formation became 5-2-3 structure. However, there were almost no footage that United needed to be engaged in the defending because most of the time United possessed the ball in the game. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked this video, please press the good button and subscribe this channel.